This morning, to assist us, we've been talking a little bit about the reason to make positive intentions in a new year and a new energy. And you know, sometimes it's really difficult to keep those going. So this class is to just kind of look at where your intentions are and have you been putting energy into them. And to know that there, well, that doesn't work. That I can turn it down. Thank you. One of the reasons that we don't follow through on our good intentions, whether they're New Year's resolutions or the intention to meditate longer, deeper, or whatever, is sometimes the body itself is carrying density. And it's so dense that it's the resistant, it's the mule. And it's all, but because of the new energy in this year, there's a lot of light coming on, solar flares, electromagnetic energies. Every light is coming onto the planet to support the body in raising its vibration. So I thought what we would do today is to work on the physical body and bring in light. So there'll be a number of metaphysical principles that we're going to be learning and using in our yoga practice. The first one is called the breath of God. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. So think in terms of source, inhaling and exhaling. And I know, yogically speaking, we talk about the inhale being when Divine Mother draws us to herself, and the exhale as when source manifests creation. But let's think of it a little bit differently. Let's think of spirit or source as a being that we are living inside. So just like when we breathe inside and take in prana and oxygen, the divine breathes in. And as being part of that, we receive. Then on the exhale, we take out the carbon dioxide, right? The unused and the shall we say, the dirty air. So if you think in terms of divine breathing in and out, the in-breath of the divine, when we visualize light mixing with the prana and the oxygen, we have what is known as the breath of God. It's breathing light with prana and oxygen. And all we have to do, because we are part of source, the body of source, is to give intention. So make your bodies comfortable in whatever way feels good for you. Every breath we take this morning, if we can, will be filled with the light, the breath of spirit, the breath of God. So lifting your heart, then bring your shoulders forward. You'll feel them, your back stretch a little bit. Then bring them way up, stretch up to the ears. Now round them, arch them back, and there should be a nice compression there that feels good. And let's relax at that point. Palms are upturned. And let your eyes float closed. You are a child of the infinite. The breath, when the divine is breathing, every breath we become, our bodies are fed. So as you give intention to breathe in the light, as well as the energy and consciousness, this will support the atomic structure, the spiritualization and lifting of vibration of the body. And we will visualize white light. So we'll take it nice and easy. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Breathing in, breath of God. And sigh it out through the mouth. Ah. And just as you're exhaling, feel as though the divine is exhaling, releasing from its being all dark and gray matter. Inhale the white light. And sigh it out. Inhale, breath of God. Sigh it out. This is just to get the bloodstream ready. Inhale, breath of God. Beautiful, bright, white light. Now we're going to squeeze a little more aggressively out the dark and gray atoms. Inhale, tense the legs, pull the belly in, clench the fists, tense the arms all the way up, even tense your scalp. Squeeze and vibrate with cosmic energy, and then relax. Let's do that again. Inhale. Squeeze from the toes to the top of the head. Pull your navel in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Vibrate with cosmic energy and release. Beautiful. Inhale. And squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release. One more time. Inhale. Squeeze. Let that give intention for everything to be released that is no longer serving you on every level. Exhale and let it go. All right. Still working with the breath of God, we're going to get it into the DNA, into the atomic structure of our bodies. So inhale through the nostrils. Because we've prepared the physical vehicle, now hold. As you hold the breath in, lift your heart, but drop your shoulders back and away from your ears. Sigh it out. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale the pure white light of the breath of spirit. Breathe it in. As you hold, you can visualize the white light moving out from your lungs, reaching even the particles in your toes to every hair follicle, everything filled with breath of God. Exhale. Again, breathing in Mother, Father, Spirit as white light and prana and oxygen. And we hold. We relax as we hold, the whole being so thirsty for this breath of spirit. Exhale. We're going to do it 2 more times, preparing the body to move it. And inhale. Hold. Gratefully receive the light of spirit. One more time. Breathe in with all the love you have. And the white light just fills your body. It fills your auric field. It fills your consciousness. Or hold it a little bit longer. Now bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra, pressing your left hand into your right hand, creating a balance in the brain. And in this posture, where the yogis tell us puts us instantly in the light of spirit and the presence of God, give intention, and let's have one intention if you are okay with it. Give intention to remember the breath or the light of spirit with every breath, every movement. This class this morning is a moving meditation. And our intention in doing this is to so uplift the vibration of the body that it becomes deeply spiritualized, easier for it to move into 5D. 5th dimension, a finer vibrational realm. And take a deep inhale. Breathe in the white light. Hold it. Give intention in this breathless state. And relax. Release your arms down. So. Drop your chin to the chest. Now remember, every breath we gave intention is still breathing in light as well as prana, as well as oxygen, and we're holding the chin down to the chest for a moment. Interlace your fingers and then take your palms behind your neck and just squeeze them toward together and feel a very nice massage on your neck. Moving up and down the spine. So look like this for you, those of you at home. And then as you do, breathe. There is a very important part of our anatomy, spiritually and physically, called the medulla oblongata. I'm going to turn my back to you so you can see. Take the 3 middle fingers of each hand. Find the occiput. So there's the base of the skull. Then slide it down to that little valley there. Take the 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, and rotate 3 times to the left, 3 times to the right. This is going to open our channels even more. This is called the mouth of God. So can you imagine if we take the breath of God into the mouth of God? Go ahead and now put your head back, offering resistance. You're pressing into the medulla because it's in there a little bit, and then press your head forward till your chin goes to chest. Then bring your chin up and 3 times to the left. Breathing. The breath of God now coming in through your medulla. 3 times to the right. Nice pressure. Head back, offer resistance. And then chin to chest. It's all about consciousness. One more time. Feel as though you're getting, 3 times to the right, you're getting CPR. Cosmic, perceptive, resolute, light. And radiation, that's it. And head back and forward. Good. And then relax your hands. Use your rib cage. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. There is so much being done for us on a subtle level. We can't see it as a humanity. In other words, with our physical eyes, we don't see the light that's being pulsated onto the earth right now. Or most of us don't anyway. But we feel it pushing us forward. We feel that inkling to change. Go ahead and reverse. To be a little kinder to ourselves. We realize that if we don't take care of ourselves, there's no way we can take care of others without the old famous burnout. We realize that the body is the temple and the spirit inside is the consciousness, the divine that lives in the tabernacle, and we tune to the I am presence within ourselves. Feel that I am as you do these just few more circles, moving your body. The body's the vehicle, it's the car. It's not you. Good. And then come back. Now, if you would like to, if you can, sit on your heels, that's great. If you can't, get a pillow or a block and put it underneath you, or sit cross-legged, right? And we actually, to let you know at home, we actually have someone in our class doing this in a chair. So feel free to do that too if you need to modify it as needed. So grab onto your knees and inhale, bring your heart forward, and exhale, slowly round. Inhale, forward, and slowly round. Inhale. And this can be done from a cross-legged position. Feel your spine moving. So to really get the most out of this pose, try not to move from the hips. That's just a forward and back motion. Watch the spine bow, just gently moving. And then bring the light in. It's as if every time we move, we're exposing a different part of our spine to the light, to this breath of God. Inhale. Feel how sacred your life is and how sacred your body is. Just taking it easy. All right. So come back to center. Inhale your arms up. You're either cross-legged or sitting on your heels. Lift it up. Drop your right arm over. Get your left sits bone either on your mat or your heel. Lengthen and come over for a moment. So bending your right arm, keeping the left shoulder back. Breathe. See if you can relax the shoulder away from the ear and allow the breath, as we compress the right side of the body, allow this breath to cleanse. And offer into the breath of spirit that is moving and loving you, offer all of your cares, all of your worries. Use your waistline and your belly to bring you up. Interlace your fingers, push up for a moment. Stretch. Scoop your tailbone under if you're, there you go. And engage your core as you stretch up, supporting our backs and letting the light come into the chakras, balancing them. Take a deep inhale, moving meditation. Remember, exhale, left arm down. Left hand on the mat, push your right sits bone down, then lift your rib cage and come over. And we hang out here for a few breaths. One day, you know, we look at little babies that are born, or puppies, or kitties that are just in from the other side, and we say, oh, how beautiful. We could feel their purity. But the truth of the matter is that soul, that divine consciousness, we are looked at like that from the holy ones. Just because we get dirty doesn't make us a bad person. Just because we go through struggles doesn't soil our soul. Lengthen. We are always looked at. Just go deeper. Inhale. Bring it up using your waistline, your belly. Stretch. Inhale. Breathe. We are beautiful light beings. Take a deep inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come over. Just move here for a moment. Inhale, come up. Give it a stretch. What we're trying to do this morning, and what we will accomplish, is exposing every atom of our being to the light, to the prana, to the oxygen with every breath. And coming over. And lengthen. Stretch it up. Exhale. Down. Now take your feet out from underneath you. So we open, if those of you have it. You can sit cross-legged or whatever way. You can even sit like this if it feels good. Rub your hands together. I know a lot of people in here are healers of one point or another. Energy workers, Reiki practitioners, whichever kind of healing you do, and even if you don't, we have powerful palm chakras that transmit healing light. Now interlace your fingers. Here's what we're going to do. Bring your hands to your heart. Just give intention, we're interlace our fingers, for a breath of God. So moving the light in with a breath, we're going to inhale, exhale. Now while we're doing this, what's happening on an energetic level is that we're as our palms come back, we're pulling out the dark and gray atoms from the body. As we're pushing in, the white light, along with the breath, is moving right in through our heart chakra. So the hands are moving away from the heart and toward the heart. You are pumping, literally pumping your body filled with light. Divine light. As we become light beings, we were light workers. Now we're manifest light. A few more moments. Use your vivid powers of imagination to see yourself pumping. Like those machines we drive through Texas, see all those oil wells pumping? You're pumping the pure gold of light into the heart chakra. Last one. Touch the earth, close your eyes for a moment, anchor yourself. Feel. See if you can perceive the inflow of light into this body temple. Atoms turned up, receiving light, receiving prana. Receiving breath. All right, let your eyes float open. We're going to do another pose. This one will help support the spine and brain. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see. It's not hard at all. You do not have to be cross-legged, so do make yourselves comfortable. But bring your hands behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you inhale, and then exhale, pull your navel in, and without breath, you're going to come down. So you have no breath. Touch your forehead to the mat if you can. If you can't, no worries. Then inhale up. Exhale here. Breath of God. Keep the breath out. Pull the navel in. Squeeze. And then inhale up. Breath of God comes in. Dark and gray atoms leave. Pull your navel in, bring it down. We are cleansing the belly. Inhale up. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Coming down. Inhale up. This will be our last time. Exhale here. Without air, compress. Release your hands and bring them down in front of you. And just kind of move from side to side for a moment. And then inhale, bring them up. Bring your body, bring them. Bring all these body temples up. Good. Take your legs out. And flex and point. Can you imagine? They say that awareness is the pillar of yoga. If when we got confused or overwhelmed with our life, if we just remembered breath, sitting up tall, feel free to bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, arms up. If we just remember to go back to our breath and take in a breath of God, right hand to left foot. And then come in. We're just going to warm up for a moment. So we'll move. And then right hand comes in, left arm over. If we went back to our breath and just remembered, exhale over. Inhale up. And exhale. Okay, bring it up. Exhale down and bring in your left leg. The bottom of the foot is toward the inside of the thigh. You can either grab, we're going to hold here for a moment, either grab the toe. If you're not real flexible, you can bend this leg and bring the arm in. See if you can, if you have a healthy shoulder, bring your left arm up and then bring it over a couple of breaths. Can now think of yourself as being a cell, a living organism within the body of spirit. That is what we are. The only difference between that and what we know to be as our body is that spirit is conscious of every one of its cells, its organism, its children, its life. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. Let's just switch. Inhale up. Breath of spirit just moving through every cell. Left arm in, right arm over. What if, you can grab your toe if you're real flexible. What if, just by your intention and grace of God and what's going on the planet now, you would be able to shift the consciousness in your body, the cells in your body, so that it will support all of your good intentions. Breathe, stretch, inhale. Use your belly, your waistline, come up strong in your arms. Exhale, down. Let's come onto all fours. Let's do some cat-cow. Get yourself set. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, look up. Feel your spine as you're doing. Don't do any movement. Exhale. And if your mind is wandered, keep it on your body temple. Inhale and exhale. The light is moving through you. And the more that we do these movements consciously, the more we respect our bodies and eat well and put it in healthy environments and exercise it, the greater the vibration we can carry in the body. You know, it's our destiny to become a Christ, a Krishna, a Buddha, a Master Kuan Yin, Master Mary. All right, so now let's take it. Toes under, downward dog. So come up to all fours and go ahead and warm up your body in a way that works for you. If you need to bend one knee and then the other. Now one of the main benefits, and the one we're focusing on this morning, is to move the energy in the spine and brain. So if you need to bend your knees a little bit to get your spine long, go ahead and do that. Take a deep inhale, come up on the toes, way up on the toes, just to stretch the feet a little bit. Then bring the heels back down again. Come into a plank position. Stabilize yourself with your bellies. Breathe. And then you can go ahead and lower. Some of you who like to hover right before the mat, you can. And then we're just gently pushing our hands into the floor. Gentle mini cobra. Bring it down. Take your breath. We're going to be doing a little movement here. I would like you to feel as though it's the divine in you moving. Right? It's not your brain, it's not your head. Push into the floor, use that breath, and come into a downward dog. Somewhere inside of you, and it's the consciousness, the watcher, there is that divine spark. And then come into plank again. And if you want to, Chaturanga Dandasana. Those of you who are taking it gentle, just come into a sphinx. Forearms on the floor, palms are open, and you're coming up here just like a sphinx. Otherwise, you can come into cobra. You're a little more warmed up now, so you want to come into full cobra. Breathe. Pull your navel in. Downward dog. Right leg back and up if you can. Now, from here, those of you who are modifying, you come down onto your knee and bring your right foot forward. And those of you who like to use blocks at this point can grab it. So the knee is up or the knee is down. It really lets your body feel it. Don't compromise at all. You'll get more stretch by putting the left knee down than you will by trying to contort your body this way. Get your hips square. Scoop your tailbone. Lift your heart. Your engaged core is supporting you. And breathe. Where do you get your strength? Do you muscle through it? Or when things get really tough, do you go for that place inside of you that's immortal, that's the I am presence, the inner strength, the breath of God? Feel it. Now the knee can stay up or the knee can be down. It's up to you. I'm going to place my knee down, left hand on the block. Inhale your right hand to your thigh. Let's do a twist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, push into the knee and turn to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And if you'd like to now, you can lift your arm up. Right arm. Breathe. Remember, this can be done. Knee up, knee down. All right. Drop it down. Stretch the front knee for a moment. Chin to chest. Go deep into the consciousness of the pose. Feel or visualize the light moving in your bodies. Go ahead and bend the knee again. And we're going to gently, let's just bend the knee and move into pigeon. All right, so right knee to right wrist. Turn your left leg behind you. Square off your hips. If you're a bit tight here, just rock it very gently to the right. When you're ready, lift your heart and then come on down. Judy will come around and check. If you have an injury that's preventing you from going into the pose, just tell her before she moves you. When we raise our vibration high enough, then we resonate in the lighter frequencies, and more of the mysteries of the universe will be revealed to us, and we can understand. But the main thing is that we have faith that everything that happens has a reason, a wisdom, a purpose. Take 2 or 3 breaths. Breath of God for faith, for trust, for the upliftment of all humanity. We are all part of the body of spirit, and all receive that same breath, same light. On an inhale, walk your hands back toward your body. Lengthen your heart, shoulders down. And offer, if you want to, offer a part of your heart, part of your life back into the light, into source. Moving meditation. If you'd like to bend your back leg, you can go ahead and do that. Either grabbing it or just flex that foot to engage the knee and breathe. Feel that courage that is within you innately as a divine being coming through you, becoming part of your atomic structure. When you are ready, you gently release. And at that point, you decide whether you're going to a downward dog or a cat stretch. All right. And left leg can come up. And then bring it in between your hands into a lunge. Set yourself up. Feel your body. Do what works for you. Scoop tailbone, lift the heart, shoulders back and down. Knee is up, knee is down, it doesn't matter. We're asking the hips to open, the back to lengthen and strengthen, and the light of spirit to become a permanent part of our physiology. Breathe out all of your worries and cares. And then visualize it going into the divine love, the divine's bloodstream. Let God exhale. Give your problems to the divine and let the divine exhale it. Now right hand will stay on the floor, left hand on your knee will twist here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So pull your back long, then push your left hand into your thigh to get you around, and if you'd like, the left arm can come up. Those of you who can't do these things physically, do them in your imagination, in your mind's eye, and the energy will flow in that directed way. Take a deep inhale, exhale, bring the hand back down if it's up, straighten the leg. You know, it might be a good time for you to ask yourself, is there any part of your body, the physical being, that you've sort of not loved, or that you thought was dirty? You know, old cultural things. Any part of your body that you feel that doesn't have light. Take a deep inhale and bend the knee. And then very gently, we'll just go into our Kapotasana here. This is a very opening pose. Bring that breath of God into those places here. And if you need to open yourself up slowly, please do it. But remember your breath. Then lengthen and come down. And take the breath. Take the light of spirit to those places in your body that are that you are considering to be less than perfect, or less than any place you might be harboring guilt, shame. And as you bring the light, the breath of spirit there, feel your creativity being released. Been held in a prison of your fear and own condemnation. Let it free. Breathe the light into those places that need it. And you know what's so amazing? The divine is so happy that we're finally opening up and recognizing that the physical is part of the spiritual. There is no such thing as a spiritual life and a material life. It's all spiritual. It's all for the soul to evolve and to grow. Now when you're ready, inhale your hands back to you. Lengthen. Feel your body here. It will give you a yes or a no when it comes to bending the right. When you bend the right knee, flex the foot to engage the knee. Some of you might want to reach back. Some of you might not. Just be with what is. Breathe into the corners of the body. But I wish those of you at home could see it. There's people in the room doing what they need to do. And it really works. Bring it down. Downward dog or cat stretch. Then jump. Now you know some of you are in downward in a cat stretch, so you bring your chest up and then stand up. We're going to jump or walk our feet towards our hands. Let's hang out. Bend your knees as much as you need to. If you're one of these people who say, I'm not flexible, then you're going to need to bend your knees. Put your hands behind your calves and release your neck and head down. Say a big yes with your head and then a big no. Release your hands, engage your belly, And on an inhale, bring your hands behind you and up. Now bringing, as if you're pulling light in from your higher self point, just bring it into your heart. And then hold here for a moment. Just holding for a moment because there's a message that Spirit has just for you. And it's so happy that you've let your body immerse in the essence of Source so that you can relax and hear and receive what is Source saying to you. I think there's one message for all of us. It is, I love you. I believe in you. Drop your hands down. Inhale, bring it up. And then exhale, coming over to the right. Now, a gentle way of doing this half moon would be to bring your arm down. So if anybody needs to, go ahead and do this for yourself. Get your left foot anchored into the earth. This is all about the spine. If you can feel compression in your low back, bend your knees just a little bit, and that'll release it. Breathe. This is a cleansing movement, so we just hold to cleanse. What are you breathing? Where is your consciousness? Inhale, if your right arm is down, bring it parallel and bring it up. Just hold here for a moment as you exhale. Inhale, put your feet as if you're going to put your feet into the core of the earth and lift your fingers as if you could go reach all the way to heaven. Scoop your tailbone, and with this really open body, you'll come over. You're either here or here. And breathe. Allow yoga, a gentle form of yoga, to heal you. Get inside. And breathe out your worries. Breathe in light. Let Spirit breathe you. Breathe out your worries, your fears. That big mountain that you have in front of you. It feels like a mountain anyway, right? Inhale, bring the left arm up. Exhale, bring it down. And roll your shoulders forward and back. I think it was Mark Twain, who said, shake your legs out for a moment, who said, now this is really bizarre, so it's got to be Mark Twain. Let's do a little balancing. Get your left leg on the floor. Scoop your tailbone. And we'll come up to your favorite tree position. Anyway, Mark Twain said, bring the foot up. I'm just going to go nice and gentle. Hands to heart. Get really grounded. Get your drishti. Scoop tailbone. Lift the heart. Shoulders down and bring it up. He said something like, if first thing in the morning you had to eat a wet frog, then he said, you know that you've gotten the worst thing over with. Because certainly the day's got to be better than that, to eat a living wet frog, right? Now, how he got that, you know? So the rest of the day, you know it's going to be a piece of cake after you eat the frog. So, here, bring it in. Bring it in. Step your right foot forward, left toe back. I did have a reason for saying that. I'll get to it in a moment. I had not meant to take your heads to a wet frog, swallowing wet frog. Bring your left hip forward. Inhale up. And either doing Purna Tulanadasana or Tulanadasana, in other words, balancing stick or half balancing stick. Choose your arm position. Leg is in line with your body's beautiful. Don't forget your breath of God. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Roll your shoulders, release and relax. All right. And then right leg takes the weight. Scoop tailbone, lift the heart. Hands to heart. And bring it up. And just relax here. Someone has said to motivate people to do things that they need to do when things they ought to do when they ought to do them, so they're happier, more successful. He says, go ahead and eat the frog. So when I don't know, it stuck in my head. Now all the time when there's something I don't want to do, I'm just saying, I'm just going to do it. And I've been telling Tom, I just ate the frog. Just ate a frog. It's a funny thing, but think about it. It's a way to get over resistance and get things done. Bring your hands. In other words, get first things down first. And for a yogi, that's meditation, isn't it? And focus and taking care of the body. Left leg first. Right leg behind you. If you got that down, then it's making that phone call, paying those bills, whatever it is. Inhale. Exhale. So sending love to that thing that you've been avoiding. Just breathing. Enjoying what you can do. One more breath. Breath of God. Inhale. Bring it back. And bring it up. And exhale down. And close your eyes just for a moment. Where's your consciousness? If it's on the physical pose or the physical body, bring it to the light and the energy that's actually the composition of the physical body. If you ever saw an Alex Gray painting, visualize your body then as that energy that he so beautifully captured. Good. Now we're going to move that energy, but keep the breath. Come to the front of the mat if you're not there already. Step your right foot back. Couple of steps. We're going to keep the legs strong. We already did a lunge, so we're just going to do Trikonasana. Bring your arms up, parallel. Pull your kneecaps to your thighs, and then reach forward. Lengthen, then right arm, left arm down, right arm up. Beautiful heart opening pose. And is there something that you've been meaning to do for yourself? Is there a frog that's needed to be eaten, so to speak? Visualize that, breathe it, see it already a part of your life. See yourself already, what your life will be like as a result of that practice. Feel the cells changing to support that shift in your consciousness, in your body. Pull your navel in and come up strong. And bring your right foot forward. Just roll your shoulders forward and back. Ease and grace today. Nothing struggles. And then left foot back. Knees are pulled in up to the thighs. Arms parallel to the floor. You're even playing with energy here. The yogis knew what they were doing. As your palm chakras generate energy, reach forward. And then reach down. But keep your spine long. Jane, come back up too much. I mean, you're down too far. Yeah. You're overreaching. You should be right here is where you should be. All right? Anybody struggling or healing, come back off. Let the breath of spirit do the work. Breathe in light. You have no idea how this practice is strengthening your auric field so that the outward stuff doesn't get to you anymore. All right, engage your core. Bring it up on an inhale. And let's bring our left foot to the right and roll your shoulders. So what we're going to do now is a little bit different. Sit on your bottoms. Not that that's different. We do that a lot, right? Yeah, we are very good at that. That's why we're going to do a little something for the back of our body. These next few poses is to help the body recover from drug damage. Now that could be anything from marijuana and recreational drugs to prescription drugs. Okay, so this is specifically for, so as you breathe the breath of God in, give permission. I mean, even if it's just antibiotics or something that you've had to take a lot of, you don't have to tell us what you're clearing from your body. We don't need to know, but let's do it. How long? The question was, how long do we get? As long as you need. Believe me. If we give intention for it, it's going to happen quick. First thing, we're going to come down. Interlace your fingers. This is called Venus lock. Behind the neck. Oops. Okay. Okay. Now the elbows are wide. Now bring the legs up so that they're about, what's that? About 60 degrees up or more. 90. Breathe. So it's more fun to, you know how they say it's easier to get married than divorced? Well, it's easier to take drugs and get rid of them. So, along those lines, just breathe. Long and deep breath of God. Give intention. Now, if anybody's feeling this in their low back, go ahead and release your hands and put them behind. I didn't say release your legs. Put them underneath your hips. We're going to be done in just a moment. And then bring it down. The palms have a part to do with this. So then you can lift your hips up if you like to. Slip your hands under there for support. Bring your legs up. 90 degrees. And then slowly open and slowly close. Not real, just open and close. Inhaling, exhaling. So inhaling as you come out, long, deep breaths of spirit. And let this cleanse your body as we open and strengthen. This is repair. This is retrofitting our body temple. Some of us have a little more to do than others, a little more work to do. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you what, if we're going into 5D, recreational drugs will not come with us. I promise you. So you're breathing long and deep, allowing spirit to get to the very atom of your being, as you are an atom in spirit's being. Feel the oneness, feel the cleansing. And some prefer the alcohol thing. This will help too. All toxicity. I'm sure part of the reason this works is we're working lymph nodes, which tend to have to clean the body. Keep going. We are going to have shiny, bright temples of spirit when we leave here, ready to do the bidding of the soul, of the divine spirit within the body, not the other way around. All right, this time we're going to bring it up and in. Grab your knees, and the next part of that is just rolling along the spine like this. You can get the forehead to knees and roll that way, all the better. It's not that easy. At all. Couple more. Okay. Then bring it up. Yes. So now, are we clean yet? Not quite. Who was it who say? Oh, it was Yoda. He said, no try, do. Right? The great Master Yoda. Okay, so here's what the next part of it will look like this. We're sitting on our knees, but we're not going to stay there. Putting that there. And then our hands come about 8 inches from our knees, and we do this. We bring it down. It's like mini push-ups. We bring the forehead down and up. And so touching the third eye. If you keep the elbows in, little mini push-ups. Use your core. If you're not pregnant, those of you doing it at home and you're pregnant, just do this. Open your knees up. Now long, deep breath, breath of God. Yogi Bhajan says that this is going to clean our spine and brain of toxins, recreational toxins. As you're doing this, give intention to be so grateful for the new chance to take care of this body temple. Keep it clean with the white light. We're opening the windows, drawing the curtains, knocking out the cobwebs. There you go, some cobwebs. All right, 3 more. One for the Father, one for the Son, one for the Holy Spirit, right? Om Tat Sat. Last one. And then come up. Sit on your heels unless that's not possible for you. If that's the case, just take your heels out from underneath you. Interlacing your fingers. Bringing them above your head. Pull your hands apart a little bit. In other words, they don't come apart, you just pull. Gaze is at the third eye. If you're not comfortable sitting this way, sit on your bottom rather than your heels. So arms are up above. Breathe. The light is not only showering from your palm chakras. Visualize it going in through the medulla oblongata as you breathe. And breathe in that light. You are breathing in air, oxygen, prana, which is also known as spirit substance. It is the clay that the divine uses to mold creation. The prana. And the light, the conduit of divine consciousness, together called the breath of God. And it's yours. It's for your atoms, it's for your cells, your entire being. Keep breathing, just a few more moments. Breathe as if you are Mother, Father, Divine Spirit. Take it in. And let it go. Ah. And release your hands down. Roll your shoulders. Forward and back. Ah. All right. On our backs. We'll just close the class with a cool down, but don't lose. So bend your knees for just a moment. We're going to go nice, easy, giving energy to the back of the body. As you inhale, your arms come up by your ears and push your feet into the floor, lifting your hips. As you exhale, pull your navel in, come down bone by bone, and get your forehead to your knees. Then inhale, you bring it to bridge, nice and slow. Exhale, coming down nice and slow. Pull your navel in, cleansing. And inhale. And lift. Feel now that the breath of spirit has gotten into every atom. You are light permeated, and if we could see ourselves through clairvoyant eyes, we would look like an Alex Gray painting. Filled with presence, filled with life force. Now the soul can move through body. When you feel complete here, I invite you to do your favorite spinal twist. And if anybody's new to yoga, that could mean bringing your knees towards your chest, then over to the right side while your left arm comes out long. But everyone's going to do their favorite spinal twist. Keep your shoulders on the mat. Keep your breath long and your consciousness high. If there's anything that your body needs, check in. Your body's different than my body. If it needs something else to close, give that to yourself. Give yourself that gift. And to that, we'll add some sound healing. When you're ready, you switch to the other side. But it's your body, it's your pose. You know if you need to stay longer. You know if you need to move out. So we'll be using that other component of source, sound. When you're ready, go into your favorite Shavasana. But you are not alone. Not only is spirit within you and around you, spirit is permeating every one of your beautiful, shiny cells, every organ, every gland. Shavasana is corpse pose. You just lay palms upturned, shoulders down away from your ears. Complete relaxation, and do your breath of God to relax your body and melt into Mother Earth. Remember what the mystic Teresa of Avila said after her experience of oneness with spirit. She said, if you knew how much God loved you, you would die of joy. Die of joy, beloved. And mentally affirm, I am submerged in eternal light. It permeates every particle of my being, and I am living in that light. The Divine Spirit fills me within and without. I am submerged in eternal light. It permeates every particle of my being. I am living in that light. The Divine Spirit fills me within and without. And now, with your next breath, send the energy down to your fingers and toes, your ankles and wrists, and realize the miracle of what happens when you do that. They move. What an amazing body we have. Feel into your being and see if it needs a stretch. If you'd rather bring your knees to your chest, maybe you'd want to take your palm chakras and rub them together as long as you're with your feet chakras. See what you would like to do. And when you're ready, knees come to chest, over to your right side in a fetal position. Always good to give recognition to Mother Earth, who is underneath you, it's her elements that work with the prana and the breath of God. Then push hands into the floor and come up gently. Close your eyes. Take a moment in the silence to do the most intimate dance that you can think of. Meditation, integration, whatever you want to call it, but be with the divine breath for a few moments. Now before we finish, we close, just briefly visualize your day and send this light of spirit ahead. Feel it, see it, the car, whatever transportation that you came in, see it surrounding it. Your lunch, whatever meeting you have, the people you interact with, if your family is, you'll be taking care of children or making dinner, see the light permeating everything. All is light. And then once again, see yourself inside the body of God, Source, whatever you call spirit. See yourself as a piece of spirit, part of its cosmic body. Feel how surrounded with divinity you are. And this is the truth of our lives. And we are one with each other. Bring your hands to your heart. Rub them together for just a moment. We'll chant one Om Om is the cosmic vibration of the Holy Spirit. Let's see it permeating the earth for peace and harmony. Take a deep breath in. Hands to heart, and truly the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.